Hello one and all, I'm Pal of Games and welcome. Today it is the second ever afterthought. I haven't done an afterthought since the first one, and it's because I very rarely get to a point in a game where I think, hey, it's probably past the first thought impression and it's more towards I've kind of done all there is to do, or a good amount of it, so that I feel that, you know, I probably could give, you know, my first impressions compared to what I think now, to see whether they match up or whether, you know, the game's changed my mind at all. And this is kind of going to be the, like, pilot part of First Thought February. I'm doing a First Thought every day through February. Since it's the 1st of February, I thought I'd bring out an afterthought as well, just to make things a little more special and make you feel like, you know, it's going to be a really cool time. So it should hopefully be able to mop up a lot of 2014's games I never got round to doing, or felt that, you know, at the time, you know, my impression wasn't, like, fully formed, or for one reason or another. So before we do get kick-started, let's just give a little background. Ziggurat's created by Milkstone Studios, who has been primarily, if not completely, a Xbox indie game-like studio. They've brought out a lot of stuff which, you know, you could very easily say, you know, wasn't very worthwhile, or, you know, wasn't very interesting, or, you know, kind of shovelware. But I feel that, you know, Xbox Live indie games get a large rap because of that fact, but, you know, I think there is the odd gem to be found on there, even if, you know, you have to shovel through a lot of bad stuff to find it. So let's have a look at the settings quickly, and as you can see, I think we have quite a lot going for us. I'm quite a scrub in terms of I'm not a large console player, so stuff like, you may be like gasping at the fact I've got a 60 field of view, when I could go up to, I think it's 120 it goes up to, let's have a look, or is it 90, I can't remember, 100 it goes up to. I think that's pretty reasonable, especially, you know, with the low end being 60, I mean, that's more or less, you know, what most games are even trying to get at and are failing. So I think that's really impressive to see that. Most of this is pretty self-explanatory stuff. If we move along to the controls though, I am using a pad, but you can rebind the keys, I believe. Yes you can, which is great. I've used keyboard and mouse as well as pad. I prefer pad, but that's just because of what I'm used to. Graphic wise, you have loads of cool little options here. I use a very odd resolution, just don't question it. I could go up to very high, but I wanted to try and make this as smooth as possible, seeing as I am recording. You can have VSync on and off. Full screen, I don't record in full screen, I window everything, so, you know, I'm a bit of a scrub maybe for that as well. Anti-aliasing I always like to have on, as well as ambient occlusion, just makes things look a lot nicer, a bit crisper. Motion blur I prefer to have on, but, you know, some of you guys may not. I take water reflections off because, you know, you're not really going to notice it that much, and it's just going to, like, tank your settings if you have it on, so, you know, you want to try and keep things as smooth as possible when you're recording. I've just got sound, you know, you can't really decide how, you know, there's no, like, setting on it to know how loud it is, but you just got to play it by ear, I suppose, without trying to, you know, come up with, like, some cool pun there. There's loads of cool little extras here, and I'm going to, like, go through them all, I feel. So the armory basically goes through all the cool stuff you've come across, because the way it works is it's a roguelike, and you basically, every time you run through the game, you unlock more and more stuff. As you can see, I've probably played it for a good 50 hours, if not more, and I've still got loads more to unlock. I mean, that's a guess. I mean, it's probably round about that. I know I've played so much of this game. It's probably one of my favourite games of last year. I've unlocked all the lore. That's basically what that library is. The bestiary goes through all the creatures, and the Hall of Fame is like a leaderboard, so that's cool. Let's go straight on into a game and show you how it plays, because obviously that's kind of cool. Being as I've played so much of it, I've unlocked all the characters, I've managed to do a lot of easy modes on these guys, but I'm a bit of a scrub. I might even do some more on this game, you know, maybe some playthroughs or something. I've got it currently on normal, but since I'm talking, I probably want to keep it on easy, keep things simple. Let's go with someone who I haven't played very well with. As you can see, they all play very differently. We'll go with Sid, because he basically just levels up fast, so I'll be able to show you a lot of stuff with him. I've got to commend the I've got to commend the loading screens, because they are quite short, which is great to see. So straight away, as you can see, we've kind of got this weird angle where, you know, you're a lot shorter than a normal game would have you be, and I think that really adds to the game. You know, it makes for an interesting perspective. So we've got this, what I think is a wind spell. I haven't come across this one yet, so this will be interesting. Normally I come across it. This is like your standard shot. Every time you go to the next floor, you unlock another weapon to add to your armoury. And if it's either one, it's like 4 different sets. There's alchemy, there's your normal staff, and then there's like another version of staff. But I think this is your wand actually, not a staff. So sorry if I'm coming across as a bit of a noob. As you can see, I'm getting pretty wrecked right now. I shouldn't be, because I've been playing a lot of this game, so I should know what I'm doing. But I don't, obviously. Because I'm trying to not use this, but I probably could. Let's... ooh, tornado. It's great. I've got to dodge more, I think, to be able to be a little more successful. So I'm already level 2 from just 1 floor of combat. I think we'll go from... I think my max health needs to be better. So as you can see, is this like cracking wall, and each floor there is a secret room to be unlocked, which is really cool, because what you get is you get an extra perk. So here we've got an increased staff mana pool, and if you walk up here, you can get a bit of like lore on the games that they've made in the past, which is really interesting, and I think it's something I'd like to see a lot more games do, where, you know, you kind of get it back. Because it's funny, because they're like, this is like their first like success, I would feel, in terms of a game what's like been able to get on Steam, like a proper recognised platform. Because I wouldn't call the Xbox Live indie game kind of a recognised platform, in terms of not a lot of people use it, and I doubt that you probably get a lot of sales on the system. But I'm very much using speculation, so who am I to judge, I suppose. As you can see, things haven't gone well so far, but it's only looks like I'm doing bad because, you know, the constant blood on the screen, what seems to be coming up, telling me I'm just bad at games. Some of these critters can go invisible, which is great, but as you can see, I've managed to complete this room as well. Things are going well. Graphically, I think the game looks really nice. I love the aesthetic. It's kind of that, like, dungeony feel to it. Got a load of extra, like, little things like these lanterns and stuff, which just makes it, I feel. And each floor has its own unique thing to it, and hopefully I'll be able to show you that, depending on how quick I can finish a floor. I'll probably show you a couple of floors, just to give you an idea of how it changes. Music-wise, I think it's like a really subtle thing that you can easily forget about, and it's like really soothing, and I like it a lot. But then again, it is quite subjective to say so you may not agree with me, and that's perfectly fine. As you can see, it really amps up when you're in a fight. As you can see, killer carrots. You know, surely a game gets bonus points just on that merit alone. I mean, who does not like killer carrots? No, obviously when they're not eating you, of course, because obviously you're not going to be too much of a fan of them, if that is the case. I feel the enemy variety is really good too. I mean, I've been able to unlock like all the enemies, and it took a long time to do so, I feel. And I really felt like I was learning a lot. I'm going to pick the Scholar perk because it's going to mean I'm going to get even more experience. What's really great is how different each character plays. I think there's about 9 characters in total. There's a lot, I know that much. And each of them plays drastically different in terms of what perks you're going to want. Scholar in general is just the natural one to go to because obviously, you know, in the early game you're going to want as much XP as possible to make it easier in the long run. There's a lot of interesting perks I've come across which, you know, are just not your everyday percentage based stuff, which is nice to see, even though there is some of that. But, I mean, it's not completely none, but you would be surprising not to have that, to be fair. Let's do some pro jumping, how about that? I can't obviously go in there because I have to clear the room, but regardless. Another thing to mention is every weapon, well, yeah, these are weapons I suppose, has like a second shot variation by it's right click on a mouse and it's left trigger on a pad, unless you want to rebind it, of course, which you can do. I don't think you can rebind a pad, but you might be able to. I have no idea. Haven't ever needed to. I tend to be happy with just the things you get, but you know, it's good to have that if you are, say, left-handed or whatever. Luckily that's not the case for me. It's always good to think of others. So this is going to be a hardcore like trap room where you've got to try and, where you're probably going to die, so you know, I'm going to be a total wimp and just not even bother with that. And use my pro jumping skills, but I don't need to use at all when I could just take the stairs just to look impressive, or try to, that is. So here's the portal key, and this basically allows you to go to the boss room, so let's do that. We're going to have to find it. It's probably a long way back. The whole thing is randomly generated, so every time you're going to be getting a unique experience, which is absolutely phenomenal. And this game has definitely been a roguelike I've really enjoyed. I mean, the thing is, when you play a lot of them, you tend to find a lot of generic traits throughout, and I feel that this one's tried to break away from a lot of them while trying to maintain enough of the feeling that it is one without trying to copy too much. I mean, it's done its own little thing, as like have a lot of weapon variety, which you find not to happen a lot in games like this. And you always feel like you're getting something. You don't feel like a run's worthless because you will always be able to unlock stuff. This room should be easy. It's just little kobolds, I think. Yeah, it would seem that way. Let's see what the alt fire... Oh, I can't find out what the alt fire is on the other weapon because I've ran out of mana. Ah, there we go. So that was easy enough. We're now level 4, so we can get... Ooh, we could shuffle around, get some totally unique stuff. Let's do that, just for the sake of this. So now we've got a staff, which is going to give us some totally different variety entirely. I think it changed my perks, I'm not sure. As you can see, this is a more quick fire weapon compared to, say, the whirlwind. So it really adds to the variety of the game. And then if I alt fire, I can get a stronger hit. If I can show that off. Where's the other enemies? Up here, I assume? Yeah. Phew! That was looking a bit hairy there, but we've managed to get through pretty easily. And here's our boss. So at the end of each floor you get a boss, and I really like it because as someone who's played a lot of platformers growing up, you know, I just love a boss. It adds so much to a game to have that. I feel it's like some sort of abandoned thing, and it's a shame to see it. So I think this is probably the hardest boss you get first time round. And as you can see, they also have the ability of bringing friends to the party. Ha! Got him. So that was easy enough. And we will recover a small bit of health at the start of each battle. So we'll go through to this next room and show you a bit of gameplay from there. And then I think I'll call it quits, because I feel that overall I've been able to convey my opinions quite clearly. But it only took 9 minutes. It didn't feel like 9 minutes, it felt like longer, but there you go. So hopefully this will allow you to see the difference in how each floor has its own feel to it, its own unique aesthetic. Well, it's all one big aesthetic, but it's a different like style, if you see what I mean. It's more of like a mine. As you can see, we've managed to get a different type of staff. You have to drop your original one because you can only have one of each like weapon type. So as you can see, it has its own like cool look to it, and it does something slightly different, which is nice to see. Hopefully we'll be able to see some different enemy variety here, so I can show you that side of things. And we get loads more XP, which is great. There. Cleared. So we'll go up here, I think. So as you can see, somewhat totally different here. We've got kind of a air shooting eye thing. I can't remember the enemy names at all. It's kind of a minor thing for me. More XP. Gotta love XP. I mean, how can you not? So I think originally going into it, I felt that the game looked and felt very nice. But I felt going into it, obviously you feel weaker and you feel like there's less going on, because the more you play it, the more benefits you get out of the game. The more you unlock, the more you be able to like diversify. And so from like an early game standpoint, you can feel like you're a little underwhelmed in terms of the amount of like stuff you have to play with, the amount of how weak you even feel like. You've got kind of weak gear, and you're not, and obviously it takes a lot of getting used to find out how to best take down an enemy. So I feel that there's quite a lot of learning curve, and once again we've got a different enemy. As you can see, there's a lot of enemy variety, and I feel that you can get a lot of replayability out of the game as well. So I feel overall you're going to be able to get a lot out of the game. Phew! I was worried there. Ah, there's some more. These are kind of tougher enemies, but it is still on easy, so I'm not expecting a massive challenge. And it's nice to see that there's quite a lot of variety and difficulty. Like, it feels like some are a lot tougher. There's also an endless mode. If you want to give yourself more of a challenge, you have to have completed the game once, I think, to unlock it. I could, yeah, I'm pretty sure. If I remember rightly, because I unlocked it ages ago. Like I say, I basically played it when it first came out, and then, you know, it got to a point where I was like, have I played enough to feel that I can give a good opinion on it? And then I just kept playing it to a point where I was like, I can't really quit First Fort now. And I've just come to the conclusion, well, you know, I might as well just cover it anyway, just to, you know, I feel that this idea is a really good format, you know, have a whole month of February just for games like to polish up on. Plus it's alliteration, and who doesn't love a good alliteration? I certainly do. So we've once again got some crazy encounter going on here. Let's try and take some stuff out, and hopefully it will go well for us. Whew. Things are tough, that's for sure. I think this game is just, in general, just a great time. You can always want to feel like, oh, I'll just jump in and have another run, and it's kind of addicting in that way, which is nice to have from a game. And what's great is you can also, like in-game, like if you want to just play a floor, come back to the floor later, you don't have to play your run all at once. You can just, like, you can save it, like, after the first floor and come back later, which is nice. I think the same goes for the endless mode, so that's great too. And I just hope that, you know, this game gets constantly updated as well, and that's got to be commended. They're constantly adding new stuff, new equipment, weapons. Just this idea, you know, this wasn't always here. This second floor, like the different look of it, they added it in, which was really nice of them. You know, I just feel that they've got a real passion for the consumer to make sure that they're getting the best game possible. They seem to have come across, this is their passion project, and they've kind of gone all in with it, the idea, and it really shows that, you know, it's paid off. Let's see if we can get the second boss done, just so we can see the difference in bosses as well. Because, hey, you know, why not? First Fort's February's, why not? We've got the Afterthought going on here. I like my Afterthoughts to be a little longer than a First Fort, just to feel like they're more of their own thing, really. I feel here's yet another enemy, which is cool. When they die, they bring these little ones along with them, which kind of explode on him when they get near you, kind of like a creeper. But yeah, even just how the enemies look, they all have their own unique look to them, which is nice to see. And I'm getting, like, cornered here, and that's not great for us. They can be quite brutal if they zone in on you. I don't know why I'm focusing on these enemies. I've got to take out the obelisks. I got kind of sidetracked, to say the least. Because these enemies will keep coming while these spawners are here, because that's essentially what they are. They're just spawners. There's them dealt with. Whew. Enemies down, enemies still left to go. There, sorted. We're quite conveniently near this door, so hopefully we can Oh, and this is a boss, so let's just do it. Forget completing the floor, let's just do it. Ooh! I will be honest, this is actually a new boss. I haven't fought this. They've added new stuff since I last played it. Awesome! That's honestly the truth of it, you know. I've got the achievement for unlocking all the enemies, so they've added more enemies since. which is great to see. Like I say, they're always updating. Just when I think, it almost makes me want to play more of this now. And this is kind of very different from the enemy, the boss enemy we had before, as you can probably tell. Do I have to like take down the little these things? I think we might have a problem here. I think we're going to get devastated. I don't know how to deal with that fact. I don't want to come to terms with it. We've got no energy left for, we need some gems and quick. Oh, and they're just spawning more. I feel that we're like truly down and out here. Me coming back into this game, I don't even know how I do it. As you can see, you know, my stats aren't great. I've obviously made a big mistake here. The game has surprised me. I don't know how to deal with that fact. Except play more of this. So as you can see, it's kind of shielded while it's in that form. Ha! I will not die to you, you monster. Ah, this is a fight and a half. Just when you think, as you can see, it's really tense. You know, I've gone silent. That's how you know things have got tough. They've added more stuff out here to make my life harder. I've done it. Whew. I have done it. And what a way to end it as well. I feel accomplished. I bet that was a lot longer. Only 10 minutes, so it was about the same. So, whew, was that a journey and a half. So I hope that has helped you gain an idea of what this is all about. And yes, I've had an immense amount of fun with this game and I highly recommend it. I'll put it on my recommends list. Feel free to follow my Steam Curator page. I will have a link in the description. Feel free to check out my playlist on any other games, and other than that, thank you for watching. If you're new, subscribe's great, but you know, all this selfish promotion, you know, just ignore it if you feel free. And thanks for watching, and goodbye.